Hello, everybody. This is Ken Faulkner, and I am here to do another knife video. This is a little different one, kind of different. I got these knives out here, and they got something in common, and it has to do with a comment on a recent video. I love getting the comments. I wish we could all hang out. I wish we could all kind of get together and have our knives. Because I'm showing my knives on the channel, but you guys don't get to show your knives. I get to hear about your knives, but I kind of wish there was some way to do that. Even on a live, with the chat, there's not like a video back and forth. There's a chatting back and forth. But anyway, Oreo Dave, is often commenting on the videos, and his comment on that one, and that was the first 3 months, and what I bought during the first 3 months of the year. Because it was quite a lot of knives, and so I'm kind of paraphrasing, I don't remember exactly word for word, but he said he got two questions, and I thought they were really good. So that's why, and I've been thinking about it, and I thought it'd be great to kind of talk about. He said the first one was basically how long does the excitement for the knife after you buy it, how long until the excitement goes away? And that's an interesting question. I basically responded to it, and said that, yeah, I still feel excitement about it. And when I was doing that video, it's like each one of them, I still feel excited about it. Now, I guess another way you kind of say is how long until the next time you want to buy another knife, which is a kind of different question. And it doesn't take too long, usually. But it doesn't mean that I stopped liking that one that I bought. So, yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of a fun question. But, I really like to consider, why I buy. And I really can't necessarily always answer that question. I kind of can, but I mean, it's hard to even understand your own mind. And, you try to understand other people and why they think the things they do. It's hard enough to figure out how your own mind is working. At least for me. I know maybe other people have less problem with it. But for me, I kind of have an idea of why I think I do things, but then because the mind is so, deep, and you can go to a therapist or something like that. I probably should do that, considering, my knife habits, but I don't. But I mean, you can go to them, you'll tell them stuff, and they'll talk to you about your, your childhood and all this kind of things, and things that affect everything. So anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is, why is it that you would want to, get another knife when you just got this knife and it's really cool and you're having fun with it? Why is it so soon that the next knife comes along and you want to get that one too? And I've heard people say the comment, what's your favorite knife? Oh, the next one. And that's true in some ways, but not true in all ways. When you first get a knife, it's pretty exciting, and then you move on to the next one. But it certainly, for me, it doesn't go away. The excitement does not go away. And then the second part of the question was, do you have knives that if you had handled them, you would have not bought them? And that's the beauty of going to a show, or even be able to go to a knife shop, is being able to handle the knife before you buy it. Otherwise, you're dealing with like YouTube reviews and what it looks like on a picture, maybe on a website, something like that, and it can be difficult. So I mean, and then I guess some people are good at returning. If they don't like something, they'll just return it. I'm horrible with that. My girlfriend, she'll go shopping and she'll buy all kinds of clothes. If I don't like it, I'll just return it. And sometimes she'll have the price tag on it like months after, because she just never really wore it, and then she'll take it back to some stores are really good about that stuff, and she'll take it back. It's not like she wore it and got it all dirty or anything like that, but but she's will do that. Whereas me, it's like I'll buy it and then I say, oh, I don't like it, but yeah, I bought it, so I really got to own it. Is that silly? I don't know. That's the way my mind works. I don't know if it's a guy thing or if it's what is it about that. But anyway, so those are the two questions, and the one that's specifically kind of talking about today has to do with whether or not I would send some back. And I when I thought about that question, I thought, no, there's not a lot. And so I kind of briefly went through my collection, went through all the boxes, and I picked out some. And so I was going to talk about them. And it's interesting. And I kind of a lot of times I'm like, hey, what kind of comments will I get this time? So and I've shown all these on the channel, and none of them are necessarily bad for sure, and none of them are I'm not saying if one of these is your favorite knife, I'm not saying that you don't know what you're doing and you bought the wrong knife. No, I'm just saying it's for me personally, because we all have personal things, right? There's all things, everybody's got their personal likes, dislikes, small knives, big knives, tactical knives, very, serviceable knives, usable knives, that kind of thing. Work knives, fancy knives that are going to be just put in a safe because you don't want to touch it because they're too beautiful and you don't want to scratch them, that kind of thing. So yeah, these were ones that I kind of picked out. And so I can kind of go through it and talk about it. This one should be at least a little shorter than the last one, for sure. No hour-long video this time, I hope. This one I talked about. I showed this one on my early buying video, like some of the knives that I bought early on when I didn't know that much about them. And, I saw this one. Bees was showing this one. He used to show a lot of F and Grow. Not so much recently, I guess. But, he still shows, and a lot of the channels will show budget knives. But, yeah, this one, I saw this one. I'm a sucker for, like, the dual grind thing. And this does have kind of like a little change. You can even feel it here where it goes from the Tonto tip part to this recurve here. I like a recurve. I like a Tonto. I like a cool swedge. It's harpoony too. I mean, there's a lot of things about this one. I'm okay with G10, but this funky kind of swell here is a little bit not the greatest in the ergos, and the milling on it with the hole in the middle of it is a little bit more gas station-y. I'm not the kind to say, oh, that's a gas station knife, like Metal Complex. I just saw a video he was doing recently where he's just going on and on, ranting and raving about people talking about this is a gas station knife. But it's a little gas station-y, I would say, with all this stuff going on. I mean, it takes some time to do that, though. And it certainly did appeal to me right at first, and I kind of enjoyed it. But then I went to take it apart. I wanted to try to get the action better. And I told a story that you can see how stripped out that thing got. I got so frustrated. This is early on in my disassembling, and I didn't really know that well what I was doing. And I don't know if it was just Loctited to hell or there was a D-shape, because I never did get the thing apart. That's the problem. But I did get it loose. And so it was really kind of rattling around. And I couldn't get it to tighten back up, so I had that rattle in there, and it was like that for a while. That's when I decided to do this thing. I think I used a hacksaw blade to cut the flat in there, and I used a flat end screwdriver and tightened it just enough so now it's a functional knife. And I still have it in my collection. Certainly I wouldn't give this to anybody as a gift or put it in a giveaway or anything, or even try to sell it. I mean, it's just too, customized, right? Oh, look how customized that is. But, and it makes me laugh. I mean, so in that way, but as a knife, it's just not really up there in my collection in value. This knife here was towards the end of the Blade Show, probably Blade Show West, I think, Beyond EDC. This one, by the way, is just the EF 936. It doesn't even have a name, so I mean, It's kind of sad, but for some reason, oh no, that's right. Anyway, so this one does have a name, and it's a funky name, the Kabooa, and it's a funky knife. And I actually, I like a dagger shape. Now it's very dagger shaped, but obviously the grind is not even. A dagger tends to have even grind on both sides for the most part. But it's interesting. It's got the funniest looking thumb disc. I don't know if you can call that a thumb disc. It's not very easy to use as well. It looks like a thumb bowl. If you hollow it out, maybe you can have some cereal in that thing. I mean, it is just an interesting kind of thing. But it was at the end of the show. It was inexpensive. What was the price on this guy? There it is, $60. $60. And we had a show. I'm spending like big money. So I think it was a little bit cheaper at the show. Like I say, I look up the prices here. Because it was after I bought a long time that I actually put the price in there. So I went on a website or something and saw that it was $60. I think I probably got it for less than 50. But I thought it was really interesting. This ring, which is just not usable. It's not like you can put your finger in it, right? And I don't know. It's got this G10 in the middle of it. It's not really so much of a attention getter. I guess you could use it for that. It's just a kind of an oddball, It's like it almost has like a guard here. I don't know. It's not terrible. And then it also has the G10, and I know I can dye it, and I should, and I plan to, and I will, and hopefully this will become something I kind of like a little bit more. It's still going to be funky, but I really don't like that color of G10. I had the Feist, and I did actually dye that one. It didn't turn out perfect, but I still like it way better without that natural G10 look. I just don't like it. I don't like. It's kind of like the PPE stuff. I just don't like it. The yellow or this, I just don't like it, and it's not. And I know people love it, love it, love it, love it. Go out of their way to get it. That's kind of cool how that swedge on the blade kind of follows that line. But anyway, so you can kind of tell that I don't totally hate these knives, but probably would not have bought it. Now this one, we just talked about this one. This is actually a super cool looking knife. It's S90V steel. I mean S90V, but it's a steel handle. And I don't know. Like I said, I can't remember how I bought it. I don't know if I bought it. Maybe I did handle it before. For some reason, it's like I blanked it out of my mind or something. I don't remember buying this thing. It may have been at a show. It may have not. But boy, after a while, with the center point being back here, and then just the fact that it is a crossbar lock, and it's got a pretty tight spring on it, so you need to pull it up quite a bit, and then when you flick it out, it's hard to explain without it being in your hand, but I kind of have to hold it up like this, and there's so much weight back here that it's hard to actually flick it out and still kind of grip the handle. Now, interesting feature or thought on this, because I've been talking about this for a while. I talked about it in a couple of different videos, and if I had been aware of that issue, maybe I handled it and just didn't notice it right away. But the steel handle, this might be better in titanium. Now I'm looking at it online, I don't see this one, so maybe they changed it because of issues. They got like some like Carter ones and stuff like that. So what I did, and I'm going, well, I wonder if I can buy new handles for it. I don't want to buy another knife and change out, because obviously, but I went on that. I just Googled replacement scales for the Prado, the CJRB Prado, or Prado, tomato. And I found some, and they were like $7. And I go, hey, for only $7, that's nothing. It was on sale, because of Christmas and whatever, supposedly, whatever. It said it was on sale. Of course, at the end of the day, the shipping made it like $16. It's like, why is it twice as much? They're like 3D printed. So I have no idea, if there were any more, or if I'd really known the shipping was going to be that much. But I picked out some cool looking blue ones, and it's got like it's 3D printed, so they got like this little groove in there. So I've been burned before on Etsy style scales, but I'm rolling the dice here, because I would love to have this thing be something that I could really enjoy. And we'll see. I'll let you guys know how it turns out, because that is a cool looking knife. The blade is beautiful. The handle is beautiful. It's just that balance issue and the way this crossbar lock, with the handle, I just can't do it. This is another one at the end of a show. I think this is in Atlanta. Win Plus, and I'd never heard of him before. I've seen him since. Win Plus. This was a very inexpensive knife, and there's cool things about it. Certainly very slim. The whole thing, the blade is very thin. It's not a bad looking blade. What's the steel in this guy? Let me look on I think it's D2. A lot of stuff coming out of China is D2. Oh yeah, it says right there, D2. Win Plus, you can see that. Titanium. I don't know what kind of quality titanium. It's got one thumb stud. I'm kind of not a fan of the one thumb stud thing, but it works. And it is a front flipper that works over the top. The reach around, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not good at it, but anyway. And it's got some cool milling. But the thing about it is it's kind of flat. In your hand, it's not big enough to actually fill your hand, so to speak. So it doesn't really have good ergos. It's a very plain looking knife. I didn't spend much on it. On the spreadsheet it says 65. I know I didn't spend that much. They were packing up. I think they were trying to get rid of some knives before they had to ship them back to wherever they were going. So I got a really cheap price, and so yeah, I picked it up. I mean, it's not a bad knife, but yeah, I mean, it just doesn't get carried much. So what's the point? Once in a while, I'll throw it in the pocket. Usually because I feel sorry for it, sitting in the case and not going anywhere. Now this is one I think a lot of people do like. It's the Tuff Lite. It's a tiny knife, and these are the most plasticky handles ever. I have another one, the Finwolf, I think, has the same kind of thing. I don't like that material. Now, the Finwolf is more of a worker knife. This one's a worker knife, but this is more like the guy in shipping and receiving who's cutting open boxes all day long. It's definitely functional. It's got these two finger choils. It's somewhat ergonomic. You can actually do it one-handed, but it doesn't flick out really. Reversible clip, tip down. I got that new one recently from Microtech, the SOCOM Elite. I haven't carried that enough. I need to carry it more, but I have to get used to the whole clip tip down thing, because it's just. I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 knives in my whole collection that are tip down, but I really want to get used to it because I know other people like it. But we got to see. I may never get used to it. This one is just a little too small, so it doesn't really get carried, and that plastic handle just bugs me. I'm okay with the FRN on a lot of knives, especially the Spyderco lightweights, but yeah, this is it just bugs me. So I think going back in time, I wouldn't have bought it. And then this little dude. Anybody remember this one? This was also a bees thing. Bees was a big influencer on me, and it probably still is. You know, I mean, there's so many knives going through bees or Neves or Metal Complex or Tri-State, or, you know, put the name in there. There's so many G-Ball. I mean, all these guys are putting out so many knives. There's no wonder that I you know, 5 minutes after I got another knife, that I want another one, because they always have another one on their channel. Anyway, this is a Massillon, and this is a number as well. It's letters and numbers. KNI 215. Now, at this point in my collecting, very early, I had no titanium, and frag was quite the big thing, and so I had no frag titanium or frag pattern knives. And what's the steel? D2 on this one too? Yeah, D2. So this one's super cheap, 25 bucks. 25 bucks. So yeah, just to have the titanium frag knife, it's like, wow, I've made it. I am a collector now. I have a titanium frag knife. I don't think I realized quite how small it was. And also, it doesn't have a clip. So it's a pocket dropper or fifth pocket. You know, I will still carry it once in a while, just for pity. It's a pity carry. But it's kind of something to laugh at myself for getting it. So there you go, guys. So those were, I mean, that's what I found in my collection on a quick review. And in reality, I still kind of like these knives in reality. So it's kind of hard to say. I mean, I got this thing about knives. I really do, obviously. So that's it, guys. It's quick. 22 minutes. Jeez, I can drag out anything. We'll see what happens when I get the new scales for the Prado. And the rest of these will probably stay in the collection. But yeah, I apologize if any of these, you really like any of these, and I'm not saying you're wrong at all. It's just me. And if I ever dye the colors on this, I'll show it on a video. You'll see. You will know if you stick around with all these long videos. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.